Watu wa Tanzania, hold your chai cups, because what we thought was a victory parade might just be a press conference for "Oops, we messed up." Welcome to Global Pulse News, ambapo tunaleta truth, no sugarcoating. So buckle up, the story of how Tanzanians think they've won, while Mama Samia just got a global wake-up call from the International Criminal Court. Ready? Sasa tuende. Now we go through 10 facts, each detailed and lively. In our homeland, Tanzania, the official line for the October 29, 2025 general election was one of triumph and unity. But bruv, looks can deceive. The government declared Samia Suluhu Hassan the clear winner with a high margin, and celebrations began. But behind that festive facade, the opposition cried foul. They say that key rivals were disqualified, legal frameworks bent, and the playing field tilted so far you'd need hiking boots to climb back. According to the African Union Observer Mission, the polls fell short of democratic standards, citing ballot stuffing, foreigners voting in border regions, and an environment not conducive to free competition. So while the confetti flew and Mama Samia got her victory handshake, many Tanzanians were whispering, "Hii ni victory ikiwa na, what do I call it, kwa mashaka." But hold on tight, because just when the country thought the party started, the next beat dropped and nobody expected it. After results rolled in, the streets lit up. Dar es Salaam, Arusha, Mwanza, young and old took to the roads chanting, waving flags, and demanding their voices to be heard. But somewhere in the mix, lights dimmed. Not the disco lights, the internet cut out. Yep, when free speech peaks, connectivity plummets. That's when the vibe shifts from celebration to suspicion. Reports say protesters were shot at, tear-gassed, and curfews were slapped around like last-minute house rules. One report from the opposition claims around 700 people lost their lives in 3 days of protest. So tying this together, the people thought they were winning something meaningful, only to realize they might need to fight just to speak freely. And just when you thought it couldn't get more serious, The Hague picked up the phone. Yes, the world's watching. The International Criminal Court, ICC, is now looking at Tanzania's situation. Reports and diaspora protests in the Netherlands outside the ICC's doors demanded justice for alleged killings and rights abuses during the election and its aftermath. So for Mama Samia, this isn't just some negative tweet. This is a major global institution saying, "Hey, Tanzania, we see you." The big question now, will the ICC open a formal investigation? If yes, the domain of Tanzanian politics shifts from domestic drama to international courtroom theater. That phone call just got loud. And that's not the only thing turning up. The peace pitch is now wearing an uneasy suit. Mama Samia and her team kept repeating the refrain, "We want peace and unity." Sounds good, right? But the street translation was more, "We want to quiet." Because while speeches about togetherness echoed, the tangible moves involved police trucks, detentions, curfews, and media shutdowns. The contradiction, loud. The consequence, a whole generation asking, is peace about calm or control? When the government says unity and the people see chokeholds, the message gets garbled. The AU observers flagged that the environment during polls was not conducive to peaceful conduct or acceptance of results. So yes, the poster said peace, but the drill said, "Be careful." And while that double message swirled, the symbol of change started to pick up another label. Remember when Mama Samia took over after the passing of John Pombe Magufuli, and we all thought Tanzania was entering a new dawn? She lifted bans, met critics, and opened doors. But flash forward, those doors quietly shut. Critics got nabbed, voices silenced, and opposition parties faced roadblocks. One leak refers to over 200 enforced disappearances preceding the election. So when the leader once lauded for opening windows starts locking doors, you know the shift is deep. So the mascot of reform is now being seen by many as the face of intensified control. Ouch, right? And under that pressure, the streets found their volume control, set too loud.
When offices shut, young people rose. When speeches paused, drum beats didn't. Students, traders, church folks, they formed a mosaic of dissent. They didn't just carry signs, they carried hope. They became living proof that when systems speak in whispers, the people roar. And the roar? It caught notice. Internet slowdowns, curfews, tear gas, these are the high-volume responses from low-volume protest. But low volume? Not Tanzanians. The protests were peaceful in method, but thunderous in message. Our vote, our voice. They reminded every big government, you might own the megaphone, but we own the mic. And with that mic in hand, the spotlight shifted to Africa's mirror. This isn't just Tanzanian business. The whole continent's watching. From Zimbabwe to Cameroon, youth activists, university halls, and street corners are tuning in. Because if Tanzania's winner is questioned, every electoral system gets a question mark. If a government cracks down here, the precedent sets elsewhere. The mirror isn't flattering, it's telling. If it can happen there, it can happen here. Tanzania's story now threads into a wider African narrative about democracy, accountability, and generational unrest. So the world isn't just watching Tanzania. Tanzania is now watching the world. Big shift. And then the global architecture made its move. So when the ICC moves, it's not just another court. It's a global checkmate board. Tanzania's case might force bigger players, the African Union, East African Community, UN human rights machinery, to ask uncomfortable questions. If they sit idle now, the silence echoes. For Mama Samia, the ICC's interest isn't a rumor, it's a dossier. The question is, will Tanzanian sovereignty shield her, or will global justice uncloak her? The checkmate isn't just legal, it's political, reputational, generational. And in that match, Tanzanians believe they hold a pawn that could become a queen. But checkmate or not, the real victory might already be happening in the simplest place, the people. Here's the twist. While power tightened its grip, Tanzanians opened their voices. Fear doesn't vanish overnight, but when it's challenged in daylight and by thousands, something shifts. And that shift is victory. It's not the kind written on ballots or declared by states. It's the kind you feel in the spine of a marcher, chanting under dim streetlights. It's the moment a youth presses upload after hours of buffering. It's the moment a trader closes shop to join the protest because the cost of silence is now higher than the cost of risk. That's victory. The system may cling to titles and offices, but the people now cling to meaning. And once that happens, no decree can take it away. So with voices unapologetic and fear in retreat, what comes next may shock your expectations. So fam, what do you think? Will the ICC actually come through and hold Mama Samia accountable? Or is this just another headline in the global playbook? Drop your thoughts in the comments below. Don't forget to hit that subscribe button, ring the bell, and join us at Global Pulse News, where we bring echoes of Africa that mainstream won't show. Also, big shout out to our sister channels, Sparkling Kids and Rayma Fatima. Let's grow together and be your voice as a family. Show them love, like, subscribe, comment, because here we're not just reporting, we're reclaiming the pulse.